everyone, welcome back to the Shing Shake Pod. This is Utkarsha.
I'm Tina.
We're both strings who like to shake things up.
Yeah. Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, where the hell were you? Buckle in, I guess. But before we get into the podcast today, a very quick disclaimer. This podcast is in no way, shape, or form a replacement for therapy. But if you do need therapy, reach out to us at the Coping Central. Everything you need to reach out to us is in the description below. Yeah, happy therapy to you, I guess. But
Yes.
how many times have you heard in the therapy room or experienced in real life where you felt like, oh, I can fix this person? Especially in the context
Or
of
we're
dating.
jumping straight into it.
We're jumping straight into it.
We're jumping
I
straight
am
into
dressed
it.
like a
everyone.
red flag. I have no other business today.
We're jumping straight into it, so everybody buckle up, I guess. But yeah, we're talking about fixing people.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking
Fixing people in the context of dating. With therapists. If we just say fixing people, it's going to sound wrong.
Yeah, we're not talking about us. We're talking about the fixing that you're not paid for and you also spend a lot of your energy and bandwidth.
Yes. Unpaid fixing.
Unpaid fixing, that's nobody enjoys that, honestly.
I do. Listen to me. It's my favorite thing to do in the
But no, we're kidding. As our identity as therapists, we are kidding strictly for the purposes of this podcast. But yeah, no, I feel like, again, I'm saying I feel like a lot. I do say I feel like a lot, is my realization.
I guess I just feel
We'll come back on track.
Bringing back
Articulation very quickly into the podcast because, well, anyway, I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons that people do come into that. Like, I feel like trying to fix somebody and then not being able to do that, and them breaking you in the process is one of the most sort of it's one of the largest entry points to therapy for people. And I don't mean it as a joke. I really mean it in the sense that, when we kind of fall into these sort of relationship patterns where we're trying to fix somebody, we're trying to kind of make a project out of somebody, we're trying to achieve love, and then we're not able to get that, it really breaks our heart. And that's when we realize that something that we've been doing maybe again and again in multiple relationships is not serving us.
Yeah.
And it's taking a lot more away from us than it promises to ever give. And we need to break out of it. And that's when people come to therapy and realize, bro, I don't want to fix them. You fix me. So that I don't go around fixing people.
It's true. And like, how you use the word project, that just makes me think that do people want to be in relationships? Do people want the attention and love, and do they want to make those choices? Or do they just need a side quest?
It's true. But I feel like I have a controversial opinion on this, right? Like, I feel people do want to be in relationships. They do want to be with someone. They do want companionship. But just the fact that we are the generation who's kind of focused so much on hustle and achievement and, like crossing all sort of obstacles to get to love. Love that's hard to come to you feels nicer. And I feel like that's the problem. Like,
it's true. It is that's so true, because if it's easy and like if people are easy, then it feels like you've not conquered something. You've not bringing back kindness to our friends.
Catching off.
I love when she does a French accent. It's so chic. But yeah, it just feels like you haven't won in life. Like, there's no dopamine rush happening, which is why I feel like we say I feel like a lot. It's true. We need to stop saying it.
We need to stop feeling.
But it's, again, like, how you said that it's become a huge entry point in therapy, that it's something that comes across our desks so much.
Yeah.
That,
because it causes so much distress, right? And that's like you said, that, you need to feel like you've conquered something. You need to feel like you've sort of won at life. And that love feels like fun and dopamine rush. So
it's one of those things, like, if someone, let's say I like someone, and then you tell me, oh, that person has a partner, and then I say, किसी और को कुर्सी से हटा के बैठ के बैठो, मजे आते हैं.
for
Please
ethical
don't
and
take
moral reasons. This is again not serious. This is a joke.
Guys, I feel like anyone who's watching this podcast, stop taking me seriously, stat. If you're a person who's going to convert into a client after watching this, I am not like this in the therapy room.
Yes,
I'm
very
kidding.
important as
It's just
information. But no, I feel like that's true, right? That this dopamine, it's one analogy that's coming to my brain
Yeah.
is that when you go to an amusement park, there's
Hmm.
like one train ride which is nice and fun, and the whole family can sit in it, and it goes straight and goes round
Never
and
been
round.
on that.
Fun. It's very fun actually.
Yeah.
It's damn fun because everyone's on it, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the roller coaster. And then you only
That's
go
what's
by
up.
yourself, or you go with just one other person on that roller coaster. And while the train ride is nice and you can easily sit on it for 30 minutes,
Yeah.
roller coaster 30 seconds, but it's the time of your life. And I feel like that's our problem fundamentally as people.
Yeah.
That we are wired to choose roller coasters over the trains.
Yeah.
But we know the trains are more sustainable, they're family friendly, they take us to a lot of places. Roller coaster just makes
Pop
us go
off.
in loops
Pop.
and come back.
That did not take the turn I wanted
No,
it
but
to.
it's
Loops. It
loops.
just sounds like loops.
Oh, loops.
Loops.
Yeah, loops.
I was like, loops.
No, like, but it is a loop, right? Like,
Do we want to be stuck in loops?
do we want
Do
to
we
be
want
stuck,
to be stuck
loops?
in loops?
If not, then choose the trains.
Oh, but right, loops make you kind of want to throw up, right?
Yes.
And it's so,
Yes.
my God, this might be an exaggeration, but I have goosebumps. I really hate being on amusement park rides. They're so scary.
Great, you're then wired for a very healthy relationship. Congratulations.
Why do I still not have it? You guys tell me. But again, coming to why do people have it, want it, need it, whatever it might be, I think something that really pops out for me when a conversation like this comes out is this certain element of obsession almost.
Yeah.
No, like obsession to have it be like the right way
Hmm.
or the right timeline for it or what follows each step. What do you think of that?
I think it's also, I am feeling again. So I feel like I feel like that generationally, like if I have to really explain it as a therapist again, putting on my therapist hat, it's there.
Change your voice.
Voice changed.
Mm.
So if you're looking at it from a therapist perspective, it really comes from a place where generationally, I feel that the parents of our generation
Yeah.
have faced so much transition in their life
Mm.
with a lot of global politics, with a lot of things happening, that generationally they might not have been very present as parents.
Yeah.
Most of them, right? And then that sort of neglect, I'll use it liberally, neglect passed on to the kids. That is our generation. And because we've been neglected, we either start neglecting our needs or we start to hyperfixate on them.
Yeah.
Right? Like we either sort of completely shut our emotions down, or there is this obsession that you talk about that I really need somebody else to comfort me and have so many emotions. So,
And also, like bringing, sorry to cut you short, but like bringing in something I speak a lot about is that, whenever parents find themselves in positions of not being able to be the caregiver we want them to be, the child will not start thinking that, oh, how can I, resent the parent. The child can think about, okay, how can I be better as a child?
yeah,
Or how can I just mold my behavior around making this person as feasible
yeah,
as a parent for me?
yeah.
So,
Taking off our therapist hats now.
what the hell have you guys
Like-
been up to?
Yeah, no, but it's true, right? Like, I think that's what we do. Like, we don't want to generalize it and be like, hey,
Of
your
course.
parents suck, which is why you make it a project. That's
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly.
I've been
what-
saying this so much in the therapy room. I said I come off as a very parent bashy therapist.
But no, like even if you look at it from the outside, right? Like not just as a therapist, it's this sort of need to make sure that this person who you're with, who
Yeah.
you're making a project, gets to be the exact kind of person that you want them to be.
Yeah.
And they get to love you in that exact way that you want to be loved. And if they're not there, instead of moving out of that space, we're like, oh, I'm going to be Bob the Builder.
Yeah,
And I'm going to make this building as I want.
It's
But
not even a building, it's a village, right? It's like
Yeah.
taking a like the construction of a town into your own hands.
Yeah.
That I'm
Oh
going
my
to make
God.
sure how the bridges are, how the trees are, how everything goes, how you react to something, and that's so much
Labor.
work. Labor.
That is labor.
Yes.
That is labor. That's not love. There is labor of love. There is love that has a lot of labor. This is just labor.
Just
This is
labor.
just labor.
And you're not even being paid for it.
Unpaid labor. Oh my God.
And unpaid emotional labor.
That's
Physical
worse
and mental
than-
labor at least has some minuscule laws around them.
Yeah.
Emotional labor,
There are no labor laws around it. I'm
Should we make
calling
emotional labor
I'll call
laws?
the lawmakers and be like, hey,
the lawmakers.
where are the laws around emotional labor? Excuse
Hey
me.
lawmakers, what the hell?
Excuse me, if you're looking at this, contact us. We'll tell you the laws to add.
I think we've come to my favorite part of a Shrink Shake podcast, which is like business maxing.
Labor.
Labor
Emotional
law
labor
people.
laws.
But yeah, I think labor and love just brings us to one thing.
It's time for Shrink Shake Games.
And we're doing, is it labor or is it love?
We're choosing. We'll
We're
tell
choosing.
you. This
Maybe.
will reduce your mental effort because we're telling you if it's labor or love.
Yeah.
So, quick introduction to this segment. We'll try to inculcate it more. But Tina will ask me questions.
Yes.
And I will tell her if it's labor or it's love.
And I will weigh in because I have no sense of boundaries. I want to jump in on everything.
Yes.
But he sends you long voice notes, but only when he's sad.
Labor.
Why? We all know that. If you're all asking why, you haven't listened to the last 10 minutes
She's
carefully.
lost her voice because she's so sad about the fact that you're asking why.
It's true.
Like it's not even funny.
It's not even funny at this point. You plan every date, but because he's just bad at planning.
Labor. How are you so good at planning? Somebody taught you, no? Can't the other person be also taught about
And
this?
planning is not like a life-changing skill. It doesn't take a lot.
You Google things.
Yeah.
You call people. You plan. Like it's really.
That's really about it.
That's really
It's
about
like
it.
saying that, oh, why don't you do the clothes because you're so good at it? No one's good at doing laundry, dude.
Yes.
Sabun dalna hai bas.
Yes. Coming back.
But you feel relief, not joy, when they text back.
Labor.
That was labor.
The labor.
That's such an icky feeling.
That's no.
They say that they're bad at communication, and you feel the need to say same, but you're really not.
Labor. I feel like that there needs to be a worse term than labor to define it.
It's true.
This
It's
is
true.
just. This is bad. I'll just say bad.
It's just bad.
Just
Yeah.
bad.
It's horrifying, horrible. If you're doing this,
Don't do
shut
this.
yourself in a room
Don't.
for 5 days.
No.
They actually respond to every single detail in your message when you sent a long paragraph.
That's love.
Yes.
That's love. That's not very hard to do. It's very
It's really
easy.
not
It's
that hard
really
to
love.
do. They watch a show that they don't really like, but you like it, and they want to spend that time with you.
That's love.
Labor. I
It
will
can
never do
feel
that.
like labor for them. So you also ask them, hey, is it too much? They say, no, I love you. I'll do it. And then
Sweet.
maybe they like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love.
You feel like you have to keep making excuses to your friends for their silence.
Bad. Not love, not labor. Bad.
She's
It's
having
just
some
bad.
feelings today.
Bad.
They say that they want space, but they keep interacting with your social media.
Huh?
I feel like it's a little grey.
It's maybe they love you, which is why they do it, or they hate you, which is why they want to annoy you. Like,
Listen, you all make that call for yourself.
this is for our wonderful 5 you to look at it and make a call about it. So yes.
This is my favorite one, but you end up being their emotional Google Translate.
Ew.
Ew, that's the worst. Like, there
Okay,
needs to
listen.
be a-
There's a gray to this. I have a controversial opinion. Like,
Okay.
so there's a gray area, right? Like, if you're somebody, if I'm a therapist and I'm dating someone who's maybe not as emotionally intelligent, I don't want to say emotionally verbose. Yeah, they don't have the vocabulary. They've never been in spaces maybe where a lot of their emotions are discussed, but they're willing to do it.
Yeah.
And they really are curious and they want to ask you things and they're working on it and you see the changes.
Great.
Love.
But I feel like when it gets to a point where just the underlying assumption is that, oh, you'll understand.
Yeah.
No. I feel like, I think
Labor.
that's my, when it comes to like making this into a project or feeling like I can
Yeah.
fix this person. It's also something that goes two ways, right?
Yeah.
It's not that you
Yeah.
wake up and you're like, "Acha, theek hai, I'll fix this person," but then it also comes with so much confusion that okay, but you know how I feel. I don't.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Talk.
Tell me how you feel.
But I feel like that. I hope this game of labor or love has helped you understand that how much you are loving and how much
are
you
you
are you
laboring?
providing.
Yes.
Laboring. I guess.
Laboring.
Laboring is bringing
new.
back words.
Bringing back words, pronunciation, and articulation.
Yes. How much of it is you just doing labor
Yeah.
to sustain? It's almost like that. I was giving a metaphor, like you'll only build a bridge if a bridge wants to be built, but do bridges have wishes? I don't know.
Do bridges have wishes?
Tell us in the
You tell
comments.
us.
You tell us if bridges have wishes and connect us to those bridges, and we will.
So we can
understand.
make their wishes come true. I guess contractors watching this, give us a call. I feel like we have some undiscovered skills that really want to jump out for bridges.
Bridges, if you're watching this. There's a lot of laughter. Like we will.
Bridges, if you're watching this, just build yourself, yeah. Self-love.
Yeah.
But we've lost the plot
We will
so hard.
We'll come back.
But coming back to projects, and I think coming back to projects, how much of it do you think is, like if I say कि this is like planning a town, how much of it is actually realizing what the ground is capable of, what foundations can be put in place, or do you just have like this one massive vision, or like this is what I want, this town to look like Love Story 2050.
Yeah, wow.
Like
but that's exactly what we do, right? Like when we fall in love with a person's potential,
yeah.
instead of what really is in front of us,
Mhm.
we're falling in love with the dream of what it can or what they can promise to be, instead of falling in love with what they're actually
Yeah.
making us feel right now. So we're falling in love with an imagination. It's a fantasy, right? You're writing a fantasy novel, and unfortunately, I don't think that works for us.
It's a fanfic, bro.
It is a fanfic.
You
Like,
have
it
a pen
doesn't-
pal in your head, and it's a fanfic.
Is your partner your pen pal? Take the test to find out today. We've been.
Do they just respond vaguely every 2 months?
Yes, it's a pen pal, not your.
I don't have
partner.
more examples for it, but yeah, that's so true because it's almost risky to fall in love with someone's potential. To be mindful of it is
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah,
No?
like I know you're capable of it, and I will kind
Support
of be
you.
with you on
Yeah.
the journey as you kind of progress towards
Mhm.
that potential. Great. You're progressing. I'm seeing every day you're reaching your potential, and I'm with you as a support. But if you're not progressing, you're not doing anything, you just keep promising the stars to me without even trying to get in touch with NASA. How? NASA!
Listen, NASA has no autonomy over stars. I was zoning out for a minute, but then I was like, NASA has entered the chat. NASA, if you're watching this,
No.
listen, babes, what the hell?
NASA,
Let's
if
name
you're
a
watching
star.
this, we need to tell our clients how to contact
Get
stars
stars.
to get. Anyway, losing the plot so hard, coming back very strongly. But yeah, no, that's the thing, right? Like if I'm promising you stars and I'm not studying astronomy,
Yeah.
I'm not contacting NASA, I am not going in a public spaceship,
Not
to get
contacting
you stars.
Louis Armstrong throwback.
Again, Louis Armstrong. It's
I'm just
Neil
asking people to
Armstrong.
go back to our podcast and understand.
And-
I don't know the difference between the two.
Thank you for explaining that. Anyway, but you're not doing anything to get the stars,
Yeah.
right? Like, how am I supposed to believe that you? And if I'm still believing day after day after day that even though you're sitting in bed, you'll get me the stars.
Yeah.
10 years in the line, I'm like, then I have lost myself somewhere in that
Yeah.
process, right? Like, because I have lost my desire of getting stars. I have lost my wish of getting stars. I have lost probably my own capability to get
And
stars.
also, yes, 100%. Like going with the stars metaphor, I feel like that just also restricts your access to just go out in a field and look up at the amount of stars because you're just looking at the person.
Yeah.
Can I please have a star?
Like,
And it's
no.
just not happening.
Yeah.
And I think
Just fall in love with an astronaut.
That's
They'll
the
get you
takeaway.
this done.
That's literally the takeaway. This was an ad by NASA. Date an astronaut today, get your star tomorrow. Bye. But I think a good question to then ask yourself, no, like before 10 years pass you by and you feel like, okay, what has life got me to? I think how comfortable would you then be with a person like this or in a relationship like this if they were to never change?
Yeah. Oh
No,
my
I
God.
feel like that's a good
I
question.
feel like that makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
It does.
It's so discomforting as a question that, oh, your partner, you say that, okay, even for yourself, I feel
Yeah.
like that's something that applies to every party in a relationship, that when you ask
Every
yourself,
party,
every party, like
or
an
like
individual,
like a contract party.
yes, every party in a relationship, that if nothing was to change and you
Huh.
want to change and your partner wasn't to change, would this relationship work? Would you still be in love with this person?
Yeah.
Or are you only in love with them because of some dream that you're building in your head, and it feels like either they give you access to that dream,
Yeah.
or it feels like that they will fulfill that dream for you?
Or what you think you can make of them, no?
Yeah.
Because this is not Bhag Milkha Bhag. You are not his trainer.
Oh my
You
God.
can't take him to like a mountain and make him run with the tire. I've gone too far into
The
the film.
only person who's correct in falling in love with the potential of people
Is me.
is Kabir Khan in Chak De India.
Yes.
Correct person, correct potential,
And like
showed a
it
lot of
paid
progress.
off because the people
Yes.
who were also involved saw his vision.
Yes. Yeah. And like that's the thing, that he decided to be in love with the team while they were there.
Yeah.
Then love them for who they became.
Yeah.
So two important things to also ask yourself when you're hoping for that person to change, or when you're treating them as a project, is that do you only love them for when they will change?
Yeah.
And will you love them when they will change?
Yeah.
Right? Like that's I feel like that's something.
Yeah.
A lot of
That's the
people do get scared of.
holy duality of questions.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the duo word for Trinity? But
yeah, like I think duplicity. I don't know. No, duplicity just didn't happen. Coming back. Unnecessary. But yeah, no, but you tell me then how do we actually stop projectifying love? Because
yeah.
through movies, through songs, through the pop culture, we've been taught to fall in love with Shah Rukh Khan when there's no Shah Rukh Khan around us. So we just hope for everybody to become Shah Rukh Khan.
I didn't realize this was a personal
It
monologue.
is. I love you, Shah Rukh. If you've still not
Shah
seen
Rukh,
this,
babe, watch
if you've
it, yaar.
still not seen this, then please see it. Anyway,
but
yeah, like you're taught to fall in love with Shah Rukh. Nobody around us is Shah Rukh. So who do we fall in love with?
So how do we not projectify love? I think one of the most important things to also do with it is that projectify life as a whole. No, build your life up rather than feeling like, okay, when this relationship comes in, that's the only place I will put in the work, and that's the only thing that will flourish and give me something. So I think pouring from your cup into friendships, into experiences, into things that make your life richer, rather than waiting on that one person to fix their shit and then feeling like, okay, now life will feel like it's whole.
So are you saying we must fix ourselves and then we won't feel the need to fix others?
Not really. Like, hey, you've boiled my words down.
I'm just.
I didn't realize I was
just
being
reflecting
trolled. No, I think that people can't fix themselves on their own, but then you need to have a bigger safety net to fall back on. No, because if we've put all our happiness ka responsibility in this one bucket of a person, and the bucket is like constantly leaking from everywhere, and we need other reservoirs for the water of love that we can have. So just like a bigger safety net around you, so that even if this person maybe does not change, maybe does not fit into the puzzle of your life, it doesn't feel like all of it's been taken away from you.
Right. So I think what you're trying to say is also this, that bucket of love, like if this one person becomes the only bucket and this bucket is leaky, you'd want to fix that bucket, right? But if we have other buckets to pour our love in, then even if the love is leaking from this bucket, it wouldn't feel like we're draining out of love.
Exactly. And I'm
just smarter, let's just lose it. Thank you very much, audience.
Paraphrase my metaphor, and she's the smarter one. Listen, I am going to my other buckets. You leaky ass piece of shit. Do you have something else to add to it?
But no, I do agree, right? That if you have love that's poured into yourself, that's poured into your hobbies, that's poured into your other relationships,
Yeah.
this one romantic love wouldn't, like, if you have to really fix, or this love comes really hardly to you, really sort of, it feels like very tough,
Huh.
to kind of achieve, you would give up very soon. Because you feel like that it didn't feel as hard in other spaces, so why is it feeling so hard
Yeah.
here? So I'll just be okay with here. Like, I mean, like, I'll just be okay with leaving.
So are you trying to say that are you trying to say that other relationships can help us sort of realize that love should not feel like a labor to get into?
Yes.
I mean, love requires labor sometimes,
Yes.
but it
I mean,
shouldn't
like,
be like the biggest task to
Yeah.
get love into your life.
Like, love requires effort, but that effort isn't to build up the other person fully.
Yeah.
It's to build a relationship together. And I feel like that's the yap of
Of the day. That's the
That's-
app of the
that's-
month. That's the app of the year.
But that's what we're trying to say, that treating your partner, treating somebody you're dating as a project is a very fun thing to do, but it's also not sustainable. It takes
And
away
you're
a
not
lot
getting
from
paid
you.
for it.
You're not getting paid for it. It takes away a lot from you. It takes away your energy, and it leaves you with almost always nothing
Yeah.
in return. Because that's, again, not sustainable.
Because, and we're not calling relationships transactional, but there needs to be reciprocity. Right?
Yeah.
Because you can't just be like, okay, take everything that I have.
Yeah.
Please don't. That's not nice.
No.
Bad. Not
Bad.
Bad.
Bad. But yeah, so when you stop treating love as a project,
Yeah.
when you stop treating dating or relationships as a project, you realize that you are giving the time for the relationship to build as a collective home.
I have one thing to add to
Yes.
it. But if you stop looking at, like, if you keep looking at relationships as projects and love as a project, then there is also this window to fail in doing a project.
Yeah.
There's no failing in love.
Yeah.
There's always, listen, abhi
Yeah.
vote kar do kaun smart hai. I'm watching. You all are watching us, but I'm watching you. Always remember, even in your sleep. But but there's no failing in love, dude.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. In projects you can fail, in love you cannot. So that's what we're kind of leaving you with today. That don't make relationships, don't treat love as
Yeah.
a project, because it's not. You build relationships together with the people that you're in love with, any
build them
person,
together.
not just romantically. You build it together. But if it feels like that you're the only one who's carrying the load, who's getting the bricks, who's building this house, who's overseeing the
Yeah.
construction, and the other person's just like,
Cement रह गया वहाँ पे.
that's not love. That is purely objectively labor, and you don't need to do that.
You really
That-
don't need
you
to
don't
do
need
that.
to
It
do
doesn't
that.
have to feel like that.
Yeah.
And just look to other examples in your life where it hasn't felt like that.
So I hope this podcast has helped you
Mm-hmm.
classify whether you're in love or you're doing labor.
Yes. And labor law people, give us a call. We're still here. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. We will see you in 2 weeks. Be loved. Don't do labor. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye bye.